Section 41. First couple of definitions. Gross in line 4. The older meaning of gross is large or heavy. That's where the term gross anatomy comes from. Not disgusting like we use it today, but gross as in large. So as flies the lighter through the gross. The lighter objects rise above heavier objects. And then down at the second to last line, through all the secular to be. Nowadays, when we use secular, we usually mean the opposite of religious, or like secular meaning a government organization as opposed to a religious organization. You'd say, I went to a secular university, not a religious university, that sort of a thing. But the original meaning of secular, it was related to the word century, so it had to do with time, long times. And so originally it just had to do with these long periods of time, something that's bound by time, as opposed to something that is not bound by time, like some spiritual truth or organization. So when he says, through all the secular to be, Tennyson said that he's referring to the eons of the future. So section 41, Tennyson is missing his friend still deeply. He says, I'm not really worried about death. I really want to, sometimes I just really want to be with Hallam. I'm not afraid of death. In line 16, the howlings from forgotten fields, Tennyson says that those forgotten fields, he was referring to like Dante's descriptions of hell in the Divine Comedy, in the Inferno. He says, I'm not really afraid of hell, but I am afraid that maybe I won't see my friend anymore. I don't think there is. I wonder, I might be overreading this, but where he says, though my nature rarely yields to that vague fear implied in death, and then his use of the secular, which, like I said, today means the opposite of religious. There's kind of a suggestion here or a question that he's, at this moment writing this, that he's kind of saying, I don't need religion. I'm better than that, or I can see I've transcended religion. If that is implied here, it's a temporary state for him, because continuing on throughout the poem, he expresses very strong religious convictions, and like we read in the prologue, which he hadn't even written yet, strong Son of God. It's a prayer to Jesus. So, but maybe this was a moment of questioning. I don't know, or maybe I'm overreading that. Section 41. Thy spirit, ere our fatal loss, did ever rise from high to higher, as mounts the heavenward altar fire, as flies the lighter through the gross. But thou art turned to something strange, and I have lost the links that bound thy changes here upon the ground, no more partaker of thy change. Deep folly, yet that this could be, that I could wing my will with might, to leap the grades of life and light, and flash at once my friend to thee. For though my nature rarely yields to that vague fear implied in death, nor shudders at the gulfs beneath, the howlings from forgotten fields. Yet oft when sundown skirts the moor, an inner trouble I behold, a spectral doubt which makes me cold, that I shall be thy mate no more. Though following with an upward mind the wonders that have come to thee, through all the secular to be, but evermore a life behind.